Gotta rank them all, Pokemon.
Welcome to Gotta Rank 'em All, the Pokemon ranking show, where Chris
That's me.
and myself every week get a guest and a random list of 10 Pokemon and put them in the most officially arbitrary list of all time. Lovely returning guest this week, Holden Hintz.
You know, guys, it is like home on this podcast for me. It is so good to be back, hitting that lucky number 1,000 today. Let's effing go.
Yeah, big moment today. Breaking 1,000 on this list is huge.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be part of this journey. X amount of times. I think this is the third or fourth time, but I am so happy. I love ranking, love listing, love Pokemon, love you two. It's gonna be another great hour.
We love you, buddy. We're very glad to have you back on tonight.
You know what? That Ask Us thing, I'm going to concede a little on your pick that we'll talk about.
Let's go.
Well, yeah, let's get a little list refresher in. Top of the board, 1, 2, and 3. Greninja, Lugia, and Shuckle. Holding in strong still. Way down at 997. Jinx, 996 Crabominable, and 995 Gumshoes. Halfway, 498 and a half. I want to scroll right by it. 498 is Gigantamax Centiskorch. 499 is Rhyhorn, and 500 is Swablu. 500 in the halfway mark. Goodness. And then 100 is Gliscor. 100 Bouncer.
He's a cool guy. One of the cool guys out there.
Yeah, he knows who's got the cool rating to get into the club every night, you know?
Absolutely. He checks all the badges.
Also, nocturnal, so not gonna worry about falling asleep on the job.
Good point.
Unlike our first Pokemon.
our first. Yeah, that's perfect. Because our first rank tonight is Gigantamax Snorlax.
He is sleeping on the job and on the railroad tracks in this picture. What a inconvenience.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And it's not like a little bit of track either.
Yeah,
It's got to be like a half mile.
Yeah, I did not notice when I pulled this picture that you can, I think that's Ash and Brock down here in the bottom right. That's how freaking big this guy is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, Gigantamax always confuses me because it's like, is it a projection or is it like they're actually like that big? But for the sake of the fun of how absolutely comically large he is, I'm gonna say he was actually that big. And I love the fact that he's got like a whole island on his stomach. I think that's just like a awesome touch. Like, just imagine, he fell asleep for so long that actually, a whole entire like habitat grew on him, and he's just like letting it happen. That's really fitting for the MO. And I just think, again, I think it's just a comedy choice to make it like this, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's also living the dream, literally. Who doesn't want to just be asleep for so long that they become the host of new life?
I think that's the map from Yoshi's Island, actually.
Ooh, yeah. I think I can't fact check that, but I like where your head's at.
Just repurposing assets years down the road. I can't believe you, Nintendo.
I also compare this to a Silver Surfer comic where he falls asleep and wakes up with pretty much a whole entire civilization on him, and they revere him as God, but they're all like super tiny, like tiny people living on his body. And he's so like self-reflective in his comics. And so he's like, I do not want to be their God. They revere me for life and substance, but I just came to live in space. And so for whatever reason, John compares between Silver Surfer and Snorlax. I'm here for it. I'm looking pretty high for the G-Max Snorlax.
Yeah, I would agree. How high?
So as you all know, I do my little pre-ranking before I come in here. So I think the normal Snorlax is like high 100, so I think he's a little bit worse than normal Snorlax. So I'm going let's go right above Kabuto, 187 or 188. I'm not super familiar with Sneasler, so I'm not like that's one of the Arceus Pokemon, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm willing to concede if you guys got some feelings that I don't have about that. So
we're both fans of Sneasler.
Clearly.
It's aside from being a solid mon and a good regional variant, it's like useful for mobility. It lets you climb mountains and stuff. It's probably like the best mobility add-on you get until you get the flying in that game.
I won't down it. I mean, I'm willing to go underneath that. I can go lower. Just what are you guys feeling about it?
Yeah, I could put this above Caputo, Psyduck, Fortress. Gyarados sounds good. Holden just coming in, reading our minds, or at least my mind.
Chris, defer.
I'm looking. Yeah, I think I like that. Love Kabuto, Psyduck. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything that's immediately offensive. I mean, he's like Venusaur, but cooler.
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah.
As far as competitive goes, as you guys have known last time I was on, everything Gmax is all, or it's all anything goes. It's basically been banned from gameplay, so you have to go to the no ban list type of game mode AG. Otherwise, it's I'll never be playing with any kind of competitive gameplay. I just like it from a pure design and like just a fun goof on what you can do with like Gigantamax.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So I think this will be. Actually, I guess this will be a couple days after Violent and Scarlet come out that this releases. But what do you think as far as terrestrialization goes? How that's going to play into competitive? Are they going to allow it? Is it going to be popular?
I mean, if they do allow it, it's gonna break the game. I think it's something that if you can control your type matchup, by just going in and saying, hey, now my Blaziken is water type. If you just go into it like that, it's just gonna break the game from a competitive standpoint. Mostly, I'm thinking like Pokemon Showdown, where it's just like, hey, I know what his bad matchups are. Now they're not bad matchups anymore. Actually grinding to make those sterilization changes I don't know how difficult that's going to be when Scarlet and Violet actually drops. But I'm more than happy to talk about it once we actually get our hands on it with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Do we know? Have they said if like you can terrestrialize as much as you want, or is it once per battle like Megas and Gigantamax?
I think it's just once per battle. But I don't know. I don't even know if you can change the terrorization. I thought, from my understanding, it's like you just that's what the Pokemon is. That's its form, and that's what it is for the rest of its life. Almost like it's IVs.
Yeah, and you've got to hunt to find ones with different Terra forms.
Oh, really? I'm under the impression that it's like their Terra type is flying or whatever. Like the flying Pikachu, I think they said is only Terra type flying, but it's still an electric type unless you activate terrestrialization during battle, like a Mega Evolution, and then it becomes flying.
Right, and then it becomes flying for the rest of the battle. Yep. Yeah. And I imagine it may be just like a once per battle type thing. Maybe you won't be able to terrestrial every single one of your Mon, but we'll see.
So we were going right below Sneasel, right?
Yeah. New 188 for Gigantamax, Snorlax. Great showing, top 200. And I don't think we need to go over the English origins of Snorlax's name.
I do love that we're still doing this because I know it started almost like as a meme on one of my episodes, and now we're still going on with this. So I'll make sure when I think of something funny, Tony will come back and he'll come up with something better. But,
that's right, Tony.
But yeah, but laxative is probably what Tony was thinking.
But the Japanese name is Kabigan. Kabigan. Pronunciation. Who knows for me, but derived from Kirby.
Wow. Oh, Kirby! I can see the tree that you fight in every game up there.
According to an interview by Game Informer, Junichi Masuda stated that Koji Nishino, the main inspiration for Snorlax, used to be called Kirby during the development of Pokemon Red and Green because of his large appetite.
Right on.
Interesting.
May also involve Kabi, mold, noting the fact that Snorlax will eat anything, even moldy food.
Or he's the mold monster from Resident Evil.
Ooh.
He's got some fungus growing on his tummy, that's for sure.
Yeah, in Gigantamax form, he sure does. And you know what? Our next Pokemon might just be able to burn it off for him. Litleo.
Derpy little guy.
Yeah, a little bit. Happy-go-lucky derpy, though, not like absent-minded derpy.
Y'all know that I am not a fan of the design of Sprigatito because it looks like a Neopet. This looks like a worse Neopet. I don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't know that it's... I would even go so far as to say, like, I really like it, but it's fine. It's not an offensive Pokemon design.
Yeah, it's real middle of the road for me.
Yeah, this is like on a Walmart shelf somewhere, and not because they're selling Litleo. It's just that this is the lion that they're selling.
Yeah.
Stuffed lion.
Yeah.
I got it real low. It's a little cut Pokemon. It's like a worse version of Ponyta, basically. I got it like below Golem, like around 740, 741 ish.
Sounding pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything? I don't know that it.
I like Drillbur more. 744.
I made sure it was under Gudra. Don't worry, Chris.
Maybe below LGM at 756.
I'm good with that too. We can bury this guy a little bit more.
I don't know that I want to go below Silvally because that Pokemon kind of makes me retch a little bit, and that's 777.
Wow, lucky.
Yeah, right.
I found a list where someone was trying to defense volley, saying it was like a Mewtwo, like because it was like one of those like created Pokemon, and I was like, no, not even close, guys.
Okay, I'm okay with right below LGM, above more.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I don't see anything else in there that I immediately like sticks out at me as I want this below. So that's fine. A new 757. Litleo, just a little lion cub. Even your evolved form is pretty basic. It's fine. God, this is just the name origin on this one. So original and creative.
I can't think of anything. Impossible.
It was Tony's nephew. He was like, man, lit Leo.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Always based on Leo Vader.
That's it. Yeah. Maybe a combination of little, lit, and Leo, Latin for lion. You did it. Great job, Game Freak. Next up, Hisuian Typhlosion, huh?
How about him?
Chris, I know you have
this
opinions.
This is going to be an argument. And I don't know where Holden is on it, because you didn't even play Arceus, or not much of it, right?
No, I never touched it, but I mean, I can appreciate from a visual standpoint, right?
Yeah. It's not good to me.
Ooh.
Like, it looks better in the game with the flames fully out, because it looks like, ghostly purple flames, which you can kind of get here, but not really. And without its flames out, it is abysmal. Like, it looks absolutely awful anytime its flames are not out. But just in general, they just, I don't know, it looks like Typhlosion, but considerably worse, which I think is all three, except I guess Samurott, who looks exactly the fucking same in Hisuian.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, Typhlosion's a great mon. It's just like they made him considerably worse. It's like when you take a great mon and then you make a new form and it's not as good, it's just trash at that point, in my opinion.
I'm a fan. I like the choco color type thing. I think he's cooler just because I like the color scheme a little bit better. Just some like the little design choices. They didn't go crazy. This would almost work as like a mega evolution for me if that was still a thing in this generation. Because they just made a few changes. They don't have 1,000 spikes on it, so I'd be like, oh, cool, this is a good mega evolution. Like he's a different typing. But as a regional form, I'm good with it. I'm a fan. There's no competitive play for Hisuian Pokemon yet, except like I think there might be something like patched into Pokemon Showdown, but for the most part, there's nothing. But I'm looking top half the list at least for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I agree with Chris in the statement that regular Typhlosion is better, but I don't think that means this is trash. I still like Hisuian Typhlosion, even if I prefer the original variant.
Yeah, this is where my lack of preparation comes in, because I should have grabbed some pictures of it from the game, because it looks really bad in the game. Like, it does not have any red. Like, I do like the tricolor, like you said. There's no red in the actual game. It's just purple, and that white or whatever.
I like the purple. I think we have Cyndaquil like 7 on our list. And I think Cyndaquil looks kind of derpy without its flames lid as well. So I don't think we can hold that against our Mon here. I think let's see our Mon in their best light. Let's not see them on their worst day. Let's not look at the worst thing that Hisuian Explosion has ever done. Okay, let's look at what he brings to the table.
Wow, I'm like my hiring manager. Yeah, I don't know where you guys live. For me, this is the worst of the 3, except, I mean, Samurott might be the worst of the 3, just because Samurott's already a lame Mon, in my opinion, and it pretty much reused the same exact model. But I think this is worse than Hisuian Decidueye, also a trash form of, like, original Decidueye, but I still like it more than that.
Yeah, in my pre-ranking, I went as high as 390, just right underneath Doublade. So maybe 391.
Yeah.
Which is considerably not a trash pick. So I know how you feel about it, Chris. But Ryan, what are you thinking?
Not bad. I could be persuaded to go a little lower, below Runerigus.
Okay.
At 395.
Yeah, he's a cool one. We can I mean, if we're bartering here, we can push him down underneath Hitmontop.
Okay.
So that puts him 402.
Yeah, let's take baby steps until we're where he belongs.
We'll be here all night, Chris.
Yeah, for up to you. But I'm happy with that. Like I said, top half of the list is, I think, where he belongs.
That feels pretty good to me.
Barraskewda? You're a big Barraskewda fan, I know, Ryan. Come on.
Yeah, but over a Typhlosion?
Over a Grossitsuian Typhlosion?
Yeah, even over a Grossitsuian Typhlosion. Yeah, I'd put this above Cinderace, Centellion, Stuffle, Groudon even. Yeah.
Good.
I'm a Groudon stan, too. I like Groudon over Kyogre.
Right, I remember. I did listen to the episode, Mike. You defended the rights of the Groudon.
So everybody knows that all your opinions are false, including this one. So
this is the guy who got shuckled to number 3.
Where he belongs.
Twice, not just once.
Come at us.
Twice.
That damn Michael Moran.
I do say us, yeah, me and Michael Moran.
No, pissing me off trying to come on this damn show, re-ranking the same ass Pokemon just to move it like 3 or 4 spots. Go get the hell out of here.
All right, Hisuian Typhlosion 402, solid spot, right where you probably should have landed. Next up, we've got Executor.
Before we move on, can we get some bells dinged in the chat? Ding, 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 ding. That was the 1,000th Pokemon ranked, everyone. 1,000 Pokemon ranked. All rise for the 1,000th Pokemon.
And it was a Typhlosion.
And he deserved not that honor. That piece of shit.
But now we can go to Mr. Derpy.
Are we talking to the derpy one, the happy one, or the sleepy one?
You know, maybe if I look at it that way, I might like it better. I've always just viewed it as one entity, but now, like, maybe think of it like as different mass. I don't know. I've never seen it as like a 3-headed palm tree. Like, that's what it is. It's a 3-headed palm tree, right? Those are maybe coconuts. Like, that's the idea. But I've always visited as just one thing. But obviously, do trio, you see that as 3 different, heads, 3 different like beings. But this one I just always viewed as one. Maybe it's because it has no other neck. It's just, eggs attached to the tree.
It only grows a neck when it's in a Lola.
True, and that form is significantly better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can agree on that. Yeah, I don't like Executor very much. Psychic Grass is not a super common type, and I like that typing. That's about all that I like about it.
Yeah. I mean, in competitive play, he was OU in the very early days, and he was really strong because he has this big special attack. But once Alolan came out, it's just like, hey, there's no point in using this one anymore. Alolan's everything but better. You know, it's got Dragon Form. So I have it in the bottom half of the list. I mean, I still think it's a cool design. But my pre-ranking was 671. I'm willing to go lower. My idea actually was probably more like 673. Manaphy, I think, was my underdog that got pushed down. I like Manaphy a lot as like a really simple design. So I'd like to bump it up as much as I can with what little Pokemon left to rank.
Yeah, I like this low. I could go lower.
Okay. I'm not.
But I mean,
I'm not willing to.
At the same time, we're in Gorbis territory. We're in generic bird territory. So.
Yeah. No, I kind of like this there. I like this above Dragalge and Relicanth.
We're in Alolan Typhlosion or Hisuian Typhlosion, I mean, territory.
Yeah.
Where you should
Not according to the most scientific list ever made.
Yeah.
Come on. You're just picking specific words. It's also arbitrary. let's go with that word.
It's also official, you know? I mean, this is
yeah, Pokemon Company sponsored this actually.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna put this on
trademark
their website. So right below Manaphy, above Relicanth.
Love it.
Yeah. New 673 Executor. The Japanese name for this Pokemon is Nassie?
That's nasty.
I think as far as the English name goes, I think it was an error. I think Tony was out back and he's like, I'm gonna need you to Executor this guy, okay? I'm gonna need you to Executor him. Real softly. And the guy's like, what? Executor? That's what you want to name the Pokemon? No. You gotta do a job for me, okay? Are you sure? Okay, I'm writing it down, Tony. And that's where they got it.
I like that better than what Bulbapedia has given me.
Yeah, what is the actual name origin? Because I can think of several places it could come from, but
Egg and Executor.
Wait, what? Egg and what?
Executor.
Like the executor, like boss or like official?
Mm-hmm.
This guy does not look like a boss. Well, he looks like some of my bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the Executor vibe off of this Pokemon at all, other than that its name is Executor.
Yeah, I think they dropped the ball there.
Yeah, not great work. But that's okay. Gen 1, a lot is forgiven with Gen 1. But 673, that's all we've got for you tonight, Executor. Next up, we've got Hippopotas.
Wow, that might be the first time I've ever heard this name ever pronounced in my life, and I like the way you said it. I think that sounds right to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. It's a very it is a very fun name to say. I've also always said Hippopotas. I'm not sure how they say it in the show or whatever.
I'm out of the loop. I need to get in this Hippopotas trade.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, because what are the other options? How else do you pronounce that?
Yeah, hippopotas. That's the thing. That's what I've just said in my head.
Yeah.
Hippo potatoes.
Yes, I was trying to.
That's the name origin.
Yes, for sure. I think it's cute. You know, it's got the big nostrils, big eyes, got like a cute camouflage body. It has a little bit of a purpose in Little Cup. It was basically just like a wall, and you could just kind of stall with it a little bit. But even then, it's basically been phased out of Little Cup. It was only like XY generation.
Yeah.
But I think it's a real mid-lister. I mean, you look at it, you're like, it's my favorite Pokemon, I think, are the ones that are like simple in design, but have enough things that make it unique. And it's like, if you saw Hippopotas, if you saw it in a silhouette, you'd be able to pick it out. Like that's like what I need for my iconic mon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a better name, Origins, by the way. Hippo, President of the United States.
Yes, yes, for sure. Yeah, I would elect him for sure.
So yeah, where was your pre-ranking?
550, but let's see where that would be moved to. Really, I think I wanted it above Hisuian Decidueye, so like 553. Because it's not, I mean, Hisuian Decidueye is not that bad. I think it's kind of a cool, like, samurai design, but I think this is just like, just something a little bit better, something a little bit more, not trying too hard.
I'm okay with that spot. My only call out would be Mantine at 559. I'm okay with this being above Tapu Lele and Sharon, but like Mantine sticks out a little bit as another kind of like simple, roundish. Just to throw out there. And
yeah, we can go underneath Trico. That's probably the next spot I would look at because
oh yeah, Trico's great.
I think Trico is just a really cool design as far as like simple gecko lizard type thing, but still cool. So I'm good with it being underneath there. So that would be 562.
Oh, what about Zamazenta? Is that the sword
that's
one?
The shield one.
Oh, never
mind.
That's
the shield one. Yeah, that's the one you guys just ranked.
I was gonna say I could have sworn the shield one or the sword one was really high.
Yeah, Zacian. You got him in like the 200s.
Hippopotas 562. Any guesses where Hippopotas gets its name from?
The creator was huge into hip hop growing up, and he's like, I finally want to give some respect, so some hip hop, and then he's got a little extra. He's got some tas in there, so he's hip hop tas.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were just making fun of the president of the United States at the time. I don't know who that was off the top of my head. I don't even know what year it was.
All it tells me is Hippopotas is derived from hippopotamus.
Love to hear it.
That's
fascinating.
But yeah, I mean, it's I think we knew that much, Game Freak, but where'd you decide to shorten it and why? Oh well. Next up, we've got Perzerker.
Perzerker. I love a good pun. Give me a good, like, relevant pun. You got a theme. You turn Meowth into like this Viking looking ass thing. I'm all here for this.
Yeah, I love this.
This one's going high.
I've never used this, but I wanted to. I just only did 2 runs of Sword and Shield, so
it will be fine in solo play. Like you'll be able to take care of business. I mean, it's in PU, which is not like a great tier to be in. But if you put on Sword Dance, it's really good wall breaker. It can just pretty much take stuff down. But I from just a design standpoint, regardless of viability, I love it.
Yeah,
I don't even really like Vikings, but I don't know, Viking Meowth works for me. Especially, I don't know if they intended it as a callback, but I see it as a callback to like the first Pokemon movie when Team Rocket is talking about the Minnesota Vikings in that movie, and it's very weird and out of place.
Yes, I do remember that. My pre-ranking was me going as high as I could, finding a Pokemon that I love that I just felt like I couldn't put between, but I'm willing to go higher. My stopping point was 216 Frostlass. I love Frostlass as like a spectral, ghouly, like figure of the night. I really like appreciate that Ice Ghost design. And I feel like Berserker is just as cool, but I just don't like it as much. So that was probably my highest stopping point. But I if you guys think it should go higher, I'm willing to be convinced.
Yeah, what do you think, Ryan? I also love Frostlass.
I do like Frostlass a lot. I don't know if I'd go higher. I'm looking at a few things lower, maybe. This is the right area for sure, because I'm looking at stuff and I'm arguing because I see like Sinistea and Zacian. And I know how much you love Sinistea, Chris. Another great like theme and name Pokemon. I could put this above Zacian, honestly.
True. I would not be mad if this is higher than Sinistea, as much as I love Sinistea.
Okay.
I think this is really fine.
All right.
Yeah, and I think
Go ahead.
sorry, I was gonna say Mega Steelix. I feel like is a little overkill. Really cool, but a little bit overkill. Whereas this has just a little bit more of like a soft round. Like anything that's sharp here, like makes sense on why it's sharp. So
And
Yeah.
I don't know what Frostmoth is doing here. I was upset about that when we ranked it, so I'm happy to go above Frostmoth.
Yeah, then right below Frostlass feels great to me then.
let's just rename this episode "Holden Ranks Them All."
Yeah. Holden, you've listened to us rank so many Pokemon. You know where we want to put things. You understand
Yes.
our taste.
Yes, I've listened and been a part of ranking 1,000 Pokemon. So I think I'm a part. There's a small part of my brain that is your two brains. So
How does it feel? How does that?
it feels abusive.
That's probably about right. All right. Berserker 217. Any guesses where Berserker comes from?
They were talking to an agriculture specialist, and they were said, "You've got to preserve your crops." And he's like, "You're the preserver." I'm like, brilliant. You're the berserker.
Yeah. Okay.
I got nothing. It's just too obvious. I can't find a bad joke.
Well, I honestly, I really like the Japanese name here, Nyaiking, because Nyai is like the onomatopoeia for yeah. Very good.
I do like that too.
Okay, next up we've got Porygon Z.
Let's go. Look at this freak.
Okay, guys, come on. Let's not get out of hand here. He's a little bit different, but can we just appreciate different?
Yeah. Look at this freak. I love him.
Okay, good. He's in rarely used, which is an okay tier. That's just right underneath underused. So I F with rarely used Pokemon all the time. The reason why is because he has the ability adaptability, which makes his stab bonus from 1.5 to 2. So basically anything that is normal type is twice as effective. So your tri attack goes from like an 80 power move to 160 power on everything, because everything is pretty much affected by normal. I mean, other than a couple exceptions, but he just slaps. Just really good revenge Pokemon. Just bring him out after your mom dies, and he just takes things out. And I do really like his design. He's kind of like a drinking bird toy. Kind of has that kind of shape. His entries talk about him being like a computer virus. One of the entries says that its programming was modified to enable it to travel through alien dimensions. So maybe he's the original Ultra Beast. I don't know. He's kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe he opened the portal for them. Guess he's to blame for a lot of travesties.
Unfortunately, but I mean, what's done is done.
Done. Yeah, I like his design. It's my favorite of the Porygons.
Good. Well, apparently he's the only Pokemon that can be evolved twice and still be level 1. So that's a fun fact. Because it just requires items. So if you have both items, you can take Porygon to Porygon Z from at level 1.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's no others that are like friendship and stone. I guess friendship you still have to level up, right?
Friendship takes level. Yep. And then like stone trading, I think is just one evolution, not 2.
Do you have to level up for friendship?
Yeah. It's like reach X amount of friendship.
Are there ways to gain friendship? Like, doesn't walking just? Oh well, I guess you have to level up to the evolution to happen, right? Yeah.
We got there. So where was your pre-ranking? Do you high above the other Porygons?
He is above the other two. I wanted to break the hereditary cycle, because I saw that Porygon and Porygon 2 were right next to each other. Like, I don't appreciate when you guys feel like that's where they belong, because sometimes it's true, but a lot of times it's not. So I have him right under Cofagrigus. So that would be 411, because I think that's a cool mon. And I don't really like Inteleon.
I'm all for putting Inteleon and Cinderace down. That's fine by me.
Yeah.
That's fine. This
Inteleon
is
could have been
from
cool.
probably my favorite gen. Gen 4 is probably my favorite one. So I'm okay with pushing some stuff down.
Good. Now, do we want to go higher? That's
what
a real
I'm
question.
looking at. I like it more than Ursula. Oshawott, I was just talking shit about earlier. Don't really love that one. Or wait, Oshawott's the middle one. Talking shit about
Oshawott's the starting
first one.
First form.
Yeah, first form. But I
Well,
do
that
like the
thing's cute,
second
I
form. I feel like you guys say second forms are all bad. 90% of the time, second form starters are bad, but there are some good ones that I feel like need some love. So just
yeah, I think we ranked
Dewatt's
the middle
solid.
One. Yeah, I think we ranked him.
Dewatt is sick.
Yeah, Dewatt's 381.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I like above Ursula, above Duskull, above Diancie, above Hisuian Typhlosion.
Okay, I like it. We're in the 300s now. I could probably go above Galarian Zigzagoon. I feel like that's just like a palette swap, almost like a chroma.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Above Swampert's great.
I think
that's for me, dog.
Once we start getting to like some cool stuff like Calyrex and Dewatt, and I would even say probably Ivysaur is my heart stop just because I love Smash Bros. And Ivysaur is so good in that game. That I would say probably 382 is where I would want to stop.
Okay, that's fine. We can put him right above AA round.
It's just one A.
Aron.
All right. Porygon Z.
Porygon Z, that's right. My boy Porygon.
Porygon. Well, I mean, they were asking Tony for names. They were like, "All right, what did you name the first one?" He's like, "It's just Porygon." And he's like, "All right. Next one, Porygon 2, right? He's the evolution. He's the next form, the next step." And now here we go. They think we're going 3, right? They think we're going Xbox 720. Nah. We're taking out the numbers completely. We're going Z. It is the last Porygon you're ever gonna see.
All right, Porygon Z. That is the last one we're going to see because it's the last one we're going to rank, unless a new one comes out in Gen 9 that they haven't announced.
They've never had a Mon Go 4 evolution. I guess it could be a variant. They could do like a whatever
different line.
Usually they got the future game in Violet. Maybe there's a regional variant in the future.
Whoa.
That would make sense.
Yeah, if they're gonna do that anyway. All right, next on the list, Hisuian Voltorb.
The angry eyebrows.
I really like this guy actually. I used one in my run and they're really solid to use. I'm a fan. I've been converted.
Cool. I mean,
they are the only grass electric type.
I think it's cool. I think it's neat. I all I really wrote for my note for it was it has eyebrows! ! Because that's all I really feel. And I mean, I realize it is based off of the like handmade Pokeballs from Arceus, but otherwise, I'm not going to be fighting for this guy. So I'll let you guys go as high as you want.
I don't want to go high. I know, Ryan, you're a fan because you use one, and I can appreciate that. But I don't know. For me, it's just like I already don't like Voltorb, and just Voltorb. But like he's based on the Pokeball of that generation.
Right.
He's got textures.
Sure. He's better Voltorb at least.
It also like there's like part of it that's like reminiscent of Gen 2 when you would bring the apricorns to what's his name? And get the balls made. Kurt, I want to say is his name. I wasn't talking like 200 or 300, but like I don't think he belongs down in the dumps near where we have Voltorb ranked.
I imagine Voltorb's like what, 800s? Yeah,
912.
912. Okay. Well, my pre-ranking was like 750. So, but I'm willing to go maybe as high as like probably high like 700s.
Got Gorabis at 688.
That's a good call out. That guy probably, if we ever do some re-ranking and solve this this list,
Yeah,
that one deserves to get buried.
that could go lower for sure.
And I do think Sparrow could get buried too.
Who's a 700 picky peck?
I like Pyroar like as like a 700 bouncer, you know, and he's like 396. Octillery is kind of cool. Illumise is fun to say their name every time I get on the show.
True. What numbers are you guys hanging around? 712.
That's yeah 712. Flip VB.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. I want to call out Zerora because I do think Zerora is cooler than this thing. But I mean Zerora is practically not even a mon in the main games.
Yeah.
And I would also say that let's not worry about Gudra right now because we will solve that atrocity on its own time. So even though we're theoretically putting it above Gudra, we're not. Don't worry.
Okay.
Mm,
I mean, it's okay to me.
between Basculin and Scolipede?
I'm gonna say under Scolipede.
Which one's
Yeah, under
Scolipede?
Scolipede.
Scolipede's the poison bug, like centipede looking thing.
But is it the final form? Oh god, that thing's so gross.
Oh, I love it. It's very good and competitive.
Hate that thing.
It's fun.
Now, alternatively, we can just put it down at 900 with Volt. Just gonna bring an option.
It's better. It's got textures. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it could go 2 or 3 spots higher.
All right. Hisuian Voltorb 717. Maybe a little bit lower than where you belong, but did what I could. Solid 200 spots higher than Chris would have put you.
Did we rank Hisuian Electrode already? I feel like we did.
Possibly.
That one's worse, I feel like.
That one is worse. Yeah.
We did not rank that. Also, that boss fight sucks.
Yeah. I would agree. Probably my second least favorite of that game. Next up, we've got Mega Mawile.
Okay, guys. Remember when I said I'm a fan of megas? I like this one. This is like a good mega choice. Like it turns like the one like the thing I like most about megas is when they take a unviable Pokemon and they make it great. Like they just literally Mega Mawile like rocked. Like it was so good in OU. It could just be a great wall breaker or just have flat out just attacking anything. It just was really, really strong. And I feel like the 2 pigtails is so much more of like a menacing design versus just like the one sad little like I'm a plant eating man. But like the 2 like really feels like this is some real like badassery.
I think there's also the slight changes in like at least in the artwork of how it looks compared to like the kind of slump design going to the floor. It's kind of got like a snarl going and it's got the 2 I don't know what you call that hairstyle, but it's aggressive.
Yeah, some like pompadour looking thing.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Mawile, and I really like the Mega. They did a great job with this one.
Yeah, that's I think that's how Megas should be. They should make you feel like, oh wow, I'm glad they gave extra light to a mon that otherwise wouldn't need to see the light of day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a fan of Mawile in theory, but just I mean Solo Evolutions I'm never a big fan of, and he was also just really, really and he was pure steel before he got fairy type. He's probably better now with fairy type, I assume. I guess I don't know those matchups, like in terms of how many weaknesses he gained and lost and all that.
Only weak to ground and fire, immune to poison and dragon.
Sounds pretty good.
Not bad.
So I want this one high, but my stopping point is going to be a mon that I feel like deserves to be in the top 100, and that's going to be Toxic Croak at 291. So if I had my own list, I would definitely put Toxic Croak top 100, probably top 50. I think it's a really cool design. Great move pool. Love using it competitively. And then there's just some things above it like Pangoro. I just feel like it was a little bit better. So that's where I'm stopping.
Okay, where are you looking, right?
Well, now I'm right in that area. That feels pretty good. Just seeing if there's anything that immediately sticks out as offensive above or below. That feels pretty good for me.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I would probably put it a little higher, just based on the other looking at like some of the other megas that we have. I like it better than Mega Metagross or Mega Sableye at 249, 245. But I'm not mad at it here in the top 300.
Copy. I was if you also agreed, I was about to sing in your head. I'm in your head. Holden. But I'll reserve my self in singing that.
You got one more chance.
All right, I'm okay with that 292 Oscar.
Yeah, perfect. Make them all wild. 292 feels great. What is this Pokemon a combination of?
Okay. Mawile and Mawile.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while since I've seen you last now.
Ma, while, or smile. The Japanese name is Kuchit, Kuchi, mouth, and cheat, or eat.
Yeah. Now over here, Coochie got a different terminology. It's a little different. But.
I don't know what they're talking about in Jersey over there. Let's call it Popule. All right. Next up, we've got Skidoo.
Skidoo.
What a name.
Yeah.
Cute little guy.
Yeah, cute little guy.
I've heard some people say he's the GOAT.
Number one. Let's go.
Let's go, Skidoo.
Yeah, I mean, he's cute. He doesn't have a ton going for him, but he's cute. I like him more than his evolution.
Oh, go. He's in Little Cup. He's not super viable, but he's got a really strong move pool. Like he's got like access to a lot of really cool stuff. He's just outclassed by some other stuff in the Little Cup, but I would totally vibe with him. I don't think I've ever had one on a team, but if I saw him out in the field, I'd say, come on, you can join my team for a period of time.
Yeah, for a little while. We have Go-Goat at 276.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
Go.
Something happened there. I don't know what it was.
I feel like that's a Pokemon that got ranked early and just
maybe
hung around.
Rocket, Go-Goat.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Go-Goat was episode 13.
Okay.
Yeah, we just have not talked about Go-Go in over a year.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I like this guy about average. He's right in the middle of the list for my peer ranking.
He's better than Go-Go.
I got him.
But Go-Go's in the wrong spot. So.
Yeah. Again, we can fix the atrocity later. I'm thinking above Tentacruel. I think he's just a little bit more of a fun to look at, but I'm willing to go lower if you guys need me to. That's Tentacruel at 537.
I like those better than Tentacruel. I like it better than Grimer.
Yes, sure. Now Cosmog, he's kind of a cool like gas cloud. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Little space nebula. I like Cosmog, and like as far as cuteness goes, they're both very cute. This and Cosmog, so I think they belong together.
Yeah, and Cosmog is very unique in that it is one of a handful of legendaries that evolve.
Yeah,
true.
Okay, I'm okay with below Cosmog. Are we splitting up Cosmog and Cosmoem?
Cosmoem's asleep. I'll never notice.
True, but it is cute when you zoom in a lot and not sleeping.
All right, Skidoo, new 535. Any guesses where we get Skidoo from?
This is a bit we're doing, right? You know, it's Skiddo.
Is it?
It is.
I like
well, the
better.
anime.
I like the name Skidoo better, but
the anime pronunciation implies it may be a corruption of the brand Skidoo. Which is why we can't trust the anime. Who knows? Which is why we need pronunciation in the Pokedex. We need a pronunciation chart in the Pokedex.
Good call. Good call. I think originally it was Tony who said, yeah, you know, just could do what he could don't, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it was named after that song from Tarzan. It's like boom bop skidoo. The end. If you have not seen Tarzan a million times, you probably don't remember that song. Very unmemorable.
I'll have to run it back.
I mean, Skiddo makes sense, right? Because it says maybe a combination of skid and kiddo. But when I first read it, my brain definitely went skidoo.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, back before this recording, I couldn't tell you how I've ever pronounced this. I probably just read it as Skiddo.
And now I need to like see how it's pronounced in the anime, because they say it like the anime pronounces it like a bastardization of skidoo.
Skidoo. Well, I mean, they can do whatever they want on that anime. There's no rhyme or rule.
They can call it Growlithe and Arcanine.
No, nobody's really. There's no Big Brother on that. They just say, put it out, post it.
All right. Well, that is our random list of 10, everybody, with Skidoo, Skiddo, Skidoo at 535. Holden, of course, gets to bring a Pokemon to rank. Who'd you pick, Holden?
Wouldn't you like to know? Don't change the picture, Chris. Don't tell them. No, I am re-ranking someone. Just getting my licks in early. I actually had like a list of like 50 Pokemon, and I was like running down the list of like, do they have this one? I did this one, and I'm like, we got 1,000. Let me start fixing things while I'm here. Let me start fixing things. So my Buckaroo that I'm bringing in, their name is going to be Starmie. So let's let's lead with the atrocity. 945 is the ranking for Starmie. Below some real some real like to think Clamperl is better than this. Okay. Magmortar is better than this. Okay, so never mind that. Let's just start about what's good about Starmie. Let me get the TED Talk rolling. So pretty much its whole existence, it has been in the OU tier, aka the best Pokemon that are not legendaries or broken. It just has great stats. It has a great move pool. It's always been super viable. Up to this day, it's still super viable. You can run. Most people run it for rapid spin, and they have air balloon on it, so you can throw it in. It doesn't hit any of the hazards that people set up. It avoids spikes. It avoids the stealth rock, and it just rapid spins it all away. It makes all the problems go away. And then you can also just thunderbolt and just smash you. Ice beam, hydro pump, just really strong special attack moves, and it has a blazing speed. I think I love its design because it doesn't have eyes, and it's one of the very few Pokemon in Gen 1 not to have eyes. And that's just, there's not a lot of Pokemon, period, that are kind of designed this way. I know some of the Ultra Beasts did their own thing on that as well, but that's why it kind of has that alien look to it, and I appreciate that. Misty's has a Starmie. I don't know if you guys remember Misty Starmie. It was cool. It was her like pride and joy, and hopefully we got some Misty stands in the chat. Let me read some of its Pokedex entries for you guys, just to sell you some more. At the center of its body is a red core, which sends mysterious radio signals to the night sky. So it's a ham radio. We'll start with that one. Starmie's center selection, the core, glows brightly in 7 colors. Because of its luminous nature, the Pokemon has been given the nickname the Gem of the Sea. So if you guys didn't think it was a hidden gem, it is. And this Pokemon has a geometric body. Because of its body, the locals suspect that it is an alien creature. So it's a freaking alien from outer space. And I know, again, that's kind of tarnished its good name with Ultra Beast, but my last fact I have for you is that it's actually the first evolution Pokemon that was named before its pre-evolution. Someone was actually talking to Tony, and they said, "Hey, buddy, star you," and he said, "What?" He said, "Star me? Nah, star you, star you," and that's where he got his name.
That's how it went down in the office, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. That fateful Gen 1 evening.
Okay, so look, as we established earlier, your ass kissery got you some points. So what? We're going to bring this thing up either way. I do agree it should probably be higher than where it is because it's below literal atrocities. That said, yes. It's strange. You pointed out like basically all the things I don't like about it, but as positives, like I don't like that it doesn't have eyes. It doesn't really carry any personality, despite being like the main mon, other than maybe Psyduck and I guess Togepi, of one of the main characters throughout almost the entire run of that series, or at least the first few seasons. Like it really never has any personality. It's like her best fighter, but like I don't know, it never expresses itself in any way. Like, you know, Psyduck has a personality, Togepi has a personality, Starmie never had a personality.
I'm not saying it should be above Psyduck. That's not what I'm saying. Psyduck's clearly better. But it does. If I do remember, if you type in "sad Starmie" into the chat, and I think there's some wilting Starmies. It's not willing the results that I wanted to. But I swear in the anime, there's one point where it's like a, and it kind of has like a hunched over design.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
But I do like the color scheme a lot. I'm a big fan of like the purples and like the ruby red crystal. I feel like it's just an improvement of Star U. Again, like I said, I'm not. I know a lot of my mon that I brought on the show have gotten real high, so I'm taking my wins in my basket and I'm running with them. I mean, my boy Slowking, I believe, is still in the top 50, and let's not do anything to change that. Future guests, if you're listening, let's make sure he stays there. He's on the cusp of being kicked out, so please keep him there.
Let's hope all the new mon are not top 50 material.
let's hope. Let's hope there's no Corviknights out there. I mean, Tropius was don't have a heart attack, Chris. He's 252. But I'm not. Or
I just had a heart attack.
He's 253. He's just a mon that I think is racing too high. I think he's just all right. I think he's more middle of the list here. So that's someone that I'd want to put him above, but we can go lower. It's fine.
Yeah, so I obviously jumped straight to Star U, which, you know, this list is surprising everybody. Really depends on the guest that's on the week that we're ranking them on. Star U probably would have been right next to Starmie if not for whatever guests we had. God bless their soul. Starmie I do think is better than Star U, so I'm happy for it to be above that. But then looking above that, we do have, I mean, just talking about like Misty's mon from the show. Horsey's at 548. I think this is better than Horsey too. Horsey doesn't have any personality on the show either. But then Togepi at 542. Togepi a lot.
So what are you trying to tell me?
That I would put it at 543 personally. Well, personally, I'd put it at 900 and something. But
wow. Even after that TED talk, even after how awesome he is competitively, you just said I pissed on you. And I like this picture that you sent me, Brian. I don't know if I was supposed to I didn't know if it was for my eyes only, but I imagine it's what happens if you Google leggy Starmie, and it's a Starmie with like long stiletto boots. And it's very funny. It's very funny.
Oh.
That's what I got when I searched for sad Starmie, trying to find the same make sure you were thinking of it.
Yes, Leggy Starmie. It's a know your meme. It has its own know your meme page. That's incredible. I need to get on this Leggy Starmie train. Where do I sign up? All right, so Chris is out of this conversation.
We have not heard from Ryan yet.
Yeah.
So just me and you, Ryan. Let's pretend we're the only two people in this podcast in this room.
I think I can go over Togepi.
Oi. Togepi.
But I think I stop at Swampert at 387.
Okay, that's.
See, now we should just keep going higher. No, I'm just kidding.
Swampert, but not like Mega Swampert, not like the Buff Swole one, right? We're just talking about the normal lame one, right?
Lame. God, am I the only person that likes regular Swampert? You guys have me questioning my identity.
That was mad at me for not liking regular Swampert.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, Mega Swampert's just so much cooler. It's just like, look how beefy that boy is.
I didn't grow up with Mega Swampert though.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hear you. The nostalgia's there, but I mean, it's like you appreciate what you have until you have something better, and then you're like, oh, wow, regular Swarm's kind of a bitch. Okay.
And then they got rid of Megas anyway.
They live on in my heart.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fine. If you want to stop there, that's technically like almost 600 spots of jumping. That's something.
Yeah, and it's a decent middle ground between where I was trying to concede to and where you were looking.
It's a glow up.
It is. You like this more than Manectric? You played?
But Manectric can do Thunderbolt and so can Starmie.
That doesn't. I can do.
It just wills the thunder into existence.
Yeah, I think in the Pokemon Masters video game, there's like a cutscene where Misty has a Starmie and it actually does Thunderbolt in like a whole cutscene, and it's pretty cool looking.
Now, Holden, since you brought this Pokemon, I'm sure you know the name origin.
I told you, Tony.
Starry me, starry you.
I think I read it was like Star Mystery or something like that.
Yeah, maybe a combination of Star Mystery. And they say specifically in English, its name may involve me in opposition to the U in Star U.
Yeah, something like that.
In France, this is known as Staros. It's Star and Boss.
Ross from Friends.
Yeah.
The most boring character on that show.
All right. Well, hey, that's another 11 Pokemon. We're past that. What's 1,007 Pokemon in this list?
Incredible.
23 pages of Google Doc.
Outstanding.
And we're not done.
Yeah, I think this is your this is like your deal with the devil. Like he's like, okay, I will grant you immortal life, but you have to rank every Pokemon for the rest of your lives. And you're like, okay, yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Yeah, no, we can do that. The number doesn't stop. You don't understand.
Well, thank you, Holden, for joining us.
It is my utmost pleasure. I'm grateful that y'all are so willing to be manipulated by my mind trickery to let me on the show again. And I will say thank you and I salute to you.
No, anytime. Do you have anything you'd like to plug, sir?
Now that you ask, I was never going to bring it up. I seriously would not do that. I'm not going to hijink your show and talk about my show called How to Waste Your Time. That's kind of like a multimedia review show where I review a bunch of different stuff, and with my co-host, podcast host, I would never do that. Okay, so stop asking. But now that you did ask, yes, it's just a little passion project, just like Gotta Rank 'Em All, just something that is for the folks at home. You can listen to it and find something for yourself. You're gonna say, hey, what should I watch this weekend? Let me put on the newest How to Waste Your Time, see what the boys watch, see if it's any good. Boom, they saved me the trouble. Now that's what I'm gonna watch. You don't gotta spend an hour and a half going through Netflix or looking on the PlayStation Now and seeing what's available for you. You can just listen to that, be like, oh, great, that's what I'm hopping on. The boys know what's good, what's not good. They got their finger on the cultural zeitgeist. How to waste your time is how I'm going to waste my time.
Not only the cultural zeitgeist, but the gastroenterology with how to waste your carbonation.
Yes. With a new segment that we've been doing for the past few months is called How to Waste Your Carbonation. We've been reviewing a different soda every month. It's kind of being a recurring theme. It's now shoehorned its way into the show. I even made a audio cue for it. It's a real thing now. It's not just it's the little segment that could. And so if you have any sodas that are weird off the wall that you want us to try, there is now a How to Waste Your Time channel in the Draft Punks Discord. So be sure to join the Draft Punks Discord and tell us what you want us to drink, and we will definitely try to look and find it if it's available in our state. And also join the Friendly Fire Discord if you're not there as well. But hopefully, if you're listening to this, you are there too.
Did you try that fruit cake Mountain Dew? Did you find it?
We did. We on the most recent episode we did the Voodoo, the new mystery dew flavor for 2022, but I don't think we found the fruitcake dew. I imagine it's going to become more widely available as the year goes on. No, maybe
I would think, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in the wild either yet.
We'll definitely drink it if we find it.
Yeah, fruitcake seems like December, late November, December thing to me. So probably to be coming soon.
Yeah, look out for that fruit quake. It's called incredible.
Fruit quake. What will they think of next? All right. Well, yeah, everyone definitely go check out How to Waste Your Time. It's a great show. I enjoy wasting my time listening to it. Chris, anything to plug?
Yeah, follow us on our Twitch channel. Stream stuff sometimes. I don't know. It's sporadic, but we try every other Saturday to stream D&D when scheduling allows, and then otherwise it's just like big events. Like there's a news stream or whatever. We'll be doing the Game Awards here pretty shortly. By the time this episode comes out, me and Ryan, I think we'll almost certainly be there. Hopefully, we can get Tom and Tyler on as well. And we'll just be in the Hangout chat, so anybody that wants to be on that can be on that.
Hop in and tell us what game of the year you would have voted for.
Yeah, tell us the real game of the year, the random indie that nobody's ever heard of. That's your game of the year. Tell us.
And fight me for why it's not Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You know what I mean, guys? Isn't
you know what I'm saying?
I'm having so much fun playing it.
So yeah, follow us. So that's twitch.tv/friendlyfirepod.
You got it. That's it. Yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, join the Discord. Be on the lookout for the continuing Plague Tale series, which will be out by the time this is already out. I've beaten that game, and I can't wait to talk about it. It's some good stuff. You beat it as well, right, Chris?
Yes. It's a lot of good stuff narratively and some pretty mid stuff gameplay wise. But we'll get into it on that podcast.
Yeah, I think that's a fair, quick assessment. But still worth your time. If you hear that and are worried, it's a game worth your time. Yeah, so thank you all for joining us as we continue finalizing the most important decisions of our lives. We hope you are well until we reconvene in 2 weeks. And remember, gotta rank them all.
Podcast.
Army sucks. Sorry.
Oh, come on. Just let the show finish.
Gotta rank them all. Pokemon.